for the masses.
Wakey, you lot. Wakey. God,
They do win.
I found myself nearly falling asleep then.
It's true.
I know Jeff here is passionate about his boards, but Jeff, just calm down, will you?
Hey guys, so this is a slightly different format for a video. For once I've got Ricky on camera, which is a rare occurrence, so enjoy that. In this video, I wanted to do like an award series where every year we give out awards to manufacturers that have done a really good job in the e-skate scene. Maybe even look at specific products. We've got a bunch of categories, but the idea behind this video is, this is the first one. I think after we do this one, we'll see what the feedback is in the comments.
That's it.
Because I know a bunch of people out there are going to have a lot to say and share.
Yep.
And maybe we can tweak the categories and improve them for the next year. But if you like this concept, then we'll roll with it. So let's jump into it. Now, the categories for the awards, first one's going to be best looking board. Now, I think that's really subjective.
Yeah, of course it is.
What do you think is, if you say your board, that's dead?
No.
You can't do that.
I'm not going to say my own board.
Fair. Well, who do you think is making the best looking board in e-skate at the minute?
Probably my own board.
Oh, yes.
No, I think the best looking board that I've seen out at the moment is Eskate Nomad.
Okay. All right, so what about this board makes you feel like it's the best looking one that's out there at the minute?
I just like the fact that it's got LEDs. I like the grip tape design on it. I think that's nice and unusual. You don't normally see that. You normally get like hexagons and stuff like that, don't you?
That's fair.
And this has got like almost like little three-legged star type things on it with the logo and that. Exposes the wood underneath it. I like the split angle deck, and it's fast as well. So I think it's got a lot going for it, that board.
Fair. I didn't think you go for something that's wood based because you always prefer carbon.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of boards out there though they're all carbon and they're just quite plain and boring to look at now. It's like so many, you can only do carbon so many times before it gets boring, can't you?
Mainly black, I guess. There's not really much going on.
So I just think that's just a nice looking board.
For me, surprisingly, I would go with these guys over here, the Lorenz boards. I think this is a really good looking board. I know it's a tank of a board, and it's not really the sort of thing that I would typically pick, like the Major. I think just the profile and the silhouette of that board looks insane. I think it's lovely. I know it's a tank, it's a chunky board.
It's a big board, yeah.
But it's one of the better looking boards that I've seen. I think next to that, I'd probably also argue that the X-Way Atlas Pro, the Mars one, and also the black
the
one.
NASA.
The
NASA one.
Oh, no, the Mars one, the NASA one, yeah.
Yeah, that was like a white, weren't it?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I think that's a stunning board. In terms of like one that I would ride, I wouldn't personally own or ride the NASA one because it's white. I think it's too loud and it would get disgusting. But I'd probably argue and say that also, like, I've got to be honest, the Evolve Hadean Carbon is a sexy looking board. But we know how you feel about Evolve, so it's not really gonna.
I think that honourable mention as well. I think.
Let me see what the honourable mention is.
I think this is the M Board's Interstellar.
No, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
No, mate, that looks like it was built in a garage. Sorry, M Board, I'm not being.
I think it looks really nice, but that's probably because it's more DIY friendly, and so for me, it's more of a DIY style board.
That looks like a DIY board, and I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, like, your board now doesn't look like it was made at your house. It looks like a production board. Do you know what I mean? It looks like a production.
I like it. I think it looks nice.
But who are we going for? Who are we going for is the board that wins the best looking board of 2023?
No, we've both gone for. I've got my one. I'm going to say the Eskate Nomad. I'm going to say that's the best looking board of the year, and that's what that award goes to.
Okay, fair.
There's a lot going on. You've got the curves, the different angles, the grip tape's nice, you've got the LEDs on it.
Yeah. It's a pretty board, but it's also functional.
It's also very functional, very fast.
Okay, fair.
So it sounds like a jet engine as well.
Nice.
So it sounds bellissimo.
All right, fine. All right, next category is going to be a big one, which is going to be the most innovative company.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of innovation in e-skate where companies claim they're doing something new. It's not something new. Companies release new products. They're not any different to the last one that has been released. Don't say any names. But I feel like innovation such a pest. But I feel like innovation is important because That's what drives everything. That's what kind of gets people excited. And I kind of feel like we're both landing on, having kind of discussed this a bit, there's one company that we feel like's done a really good job. Before we jump to who's the winner, give us some honourable mentions. Who do you think's been really like sort of carving the path in terms of new tech in Eskate?
I don't know, really. I can't really think of any other companies that have really been sort of innovating, to be honest with you, or brought anything sort of new to the market off the top of my head. Obviously, I know who we're going to go for the most innovative company.
No honourable mentions.
But
like over the years, like seeing what's been released and what someone's done, etc.
I just feel like somebody innovates and releases something, and then everybody else jumps on the bandwagon and just copies.
That's fair.
So I don't really feel like there's any brands out there that have like really innovated. It's more like a company has made something and they've copied it. So
fair. That makes it easy. So tell us who the winner of the innovation for 2023 is and why.
Yeah, so we've gone for X-Way as being the most innovative company of 2023. Purely just on the basis of they was like one of the first to come out with a 4-wheel drive board, pushing the boundaries there. They've also like fast charger, and they didn't even come out with a slow fast charger. They come out with a balls to the walls, like, let's see how quickly we can smash that battery
basically
charger, and gave you full power. So they didn't mess about there.
Obviously, like, it is so harmful for the battery, but I think a lot of people would be under the perspective of, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that was too fast. So, like, there's fast and then there's taking the piss fast. And that was taking the piss fast on that such a size battery. But fair play to them for doing it. Also, they brought out, like, the battery box in the middle. Yeah, that's not for everyone.
No, it's sick to see them do that.
Depending on, like, what type of rider you are, where you ride and stuff like that, that could actually, like, you've brought the board, that could come in handy for you.
Yeah, and I think the annoying thing about X-Way as well, despite their customer service being terrible, probably one of the worst at, like, right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's also partly down to like how quickly they've scaled.
Yeah.
That's always going to be a thing. Like a company starts out, communication's great, and then it goes on, becomes bad. But it's also the scope of boards that they have. They've got budget boards that you could pick up for next to nothing, street boards, short boards. Like they've got something for everyone, which I think is...
Yeah, and I think that was like one of the first. They brought the mini board out with like brake light integrated into it.
That's true.
They brought out the X-Way X1 or whatever it was, or
that we VS'd against the boosted board right at the start.
Yeah, that we first got to start there. I think the profile of it was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's so very low key. And I think also the big thing about that, I remember the price now. It was like $899 versus $1,699.
Yeah. Also, they brought out the first to bring out swappable system where you could swap from belt to hub to gear. Didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. They've done a lot. Oh, because of the belt, the hub, and the gear.
Yeah, so you
obviously other companies have done belt, other companies have done that.
They were the first to bring it out
with the Riot.
Yeah, where you swap the whole thing out.
Yeah, you're right. I'd never seen that before. Yeah, that is. They have done a lot when you think about it.
They have, yeah. Like compared to other brands, I think they have like innovated the most out of any company.
And they've been consistent because they're one of the brands that has been around from when Boost It were kind of hyped.
Exactly.
And it was like the Stealth.
Yeah.
It was a piece of crap. I still can't believe I actually bought it.
I
know. There were so many better options, but that's food for thought.
So that's another video.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. But yeah, I think that's fair, and I don't think anyone will argue with that. I know there's a lot of other companies out there that make insane stuff, but look at how long X-Way's been going, and look at the variation of products they've created. I think that's why they win that.
Yeah, they've definitely innovated, I think, the most out of any other brand.
Yeah, they've annoyed me right now with customer service, which could be a separate video that we could make, because it'd be nice to, get that affiliate out of them that they've been holding for over a year. I think it's coming up on 2 years. It's something ridiculous. Kind of sounds like a familiar story, doesn't it? Yeah. Jeez. But separate story, that aside, I'm actually going to put that aside and just take my hat off to them and say they make dope boards. And the Atlas Pro...
Yeah, the Atlas Pro is an animal. It's a beast. It's 4-wheel drive. It's a beast.
It's to date, like when I look at all the boards that are out there and I'm like, which one would I actually spend my money on and buy? it would be the Atlas Pro.
Yeah.
Which is annoying to say that after what I've just said, but it's true.
Yeah.
They just need to fix that acceleration curve because I don't think that's been completely sorted out yet. So that's the only thing that would get me sketchy about that. I'll reference a video if you want to see that down below. Like I'll link the video down below and up above so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah,
plenty of power.
Looks sick. The ride is unreal.
Fast charge.
Range is good.
Range is all right.
It's carryable.
Yeah. It's a good board, really.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So yeah. Innovation Award.
Innovation. X-Way. Well done.
Now here's a Now here's a tricky one. Best bang for buck. I think this is a really arguable category because it really does depend on what you consider best bang for buck. Are we talking $500, $1,000, or like £500, £1,000?
Well, we're not really talking about the mid-range or budget boards. We're talking about the higher end boards. So forget about like LaCroix and stuff boards, them type of boards. They're just not attainable to 99.9% of the skate community.
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
You've got to be a very specific person, and obviously you can't buy LaCroix anymore. But to spend like $4,000 on a board is
not realistic.
Too much money.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the high end boards that you can get now, which would be like the X-Way Atlas Pro, the Eskate Nomad. Those type of price range boards, the boards that are in like the $1,600 price range. So they're the ones that we're sort of talking about, I think, really. The best bang for the buck board that I think that you can buy at the moment is the M Boards Interstellar that they've just released.
Why?
Why? Because of the specs, mate. I think it looks good. These like CNC trucks, 30 plus miles of range, miles per hour in speed, 35 plus miles of range. Yeah, it's got a proper motor controller in it.
I think that's a big one because it's the board that I insulted earlier on.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. I get that you like it. I don't know. Maybe I need to see one in the flesh, but it's just not. The pictures aren't doing it for me, man.
No, but in terms of the price, it's £955. It's got 12 S4P in it.
Yeah.
It's got 63, 68 motors. It's got proper motor controller in it.
Yeah.
Like it's all like anything you need to do to it, you can customise it to make it the way you want to make it.
Okay, fair. I can't really argue with that.
Like if you got it, if you purchased it, and like some of the boards that we jump on, you think, oh fucking, I don't like the acceleration curve on it or anything like that. You can change that.
Fair.
I want more acceleration. You can change that.
Fair. I do get that. And
anything
a lot of the
goes
other
wrong
boards
with
are
it,
limited.
anything breaks on it, you don't have to rely on a company to support you. It's all parts that you can buy and just fix it yourself if you needed to.
Okay,
if
fair.
worse comes to worse,
Fair. I think it's on street wheels. It's what's not doing it for me. On all-terrain wheels, it looks a little bit better, but on street wheels, it's just not my cup of tea.
No, I get it's not your cup of tea, but I'm just saying, just bang for buck.
And then again, another wooden deck. I'm really surprised, man.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
I think it looks nice, and especially for the price.
Nice. It's really not my cup of tea. But if you like it, I can't argue with that.
But honestly, bang for buck, I think that's the best board that you're going to buy.
What would you say comes close to that? Are there any honourable mentions that you could make?
I'd have to check prices.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What comes to mind?
I'm going to say Ace Deck again.
Ace Deck?
Yeah.
That was best looking?
It was best looking, yeah. But also I think their price-wise as well are not too bad.
And again, it's like their own motor controller.
That's their own though. That's in-house made though. So like the one that's in the M board Interstellar, it's the same as like when you put in a DIY board. So you wouldn't have to like if it ever went wrong in the future, you wouldn't have to like rely to get one off the company.
Oh, but with Ace Deck, you have to rely to get this motor.
You would have to rely to get like any of the parts from them.
Yeah.
Whereas that board, if one part goes wrong, you can just buy a part off the shelf from multiple companies.
Fair. So best bang for buck goes to
M boards.
All right. Fair. So the next one is going to be the most adaptable board. So in terms of buying a pre-built board, whether it be, leaning towards the DIY side or just like set and locked and what you get is what you get, what companies out there do you think are making a board that you can really kind of tweak to your own needs without needing to have experience in DIY.
Yeah.
Because of course DIY, I understand you can do whatever the hell you want, but like me, I don't know how to do any of that.
No.
Nor do I want to know.
No, but that's what I mean. Then you'd just buy a pre-built board, you know? But it's nice that you could, if you like the look of a board and you brought the board, it's nice to know that if the company was ever to go bust or go away, or you had an issue and you can't get hold of them, it'd be nice to have a board that you can think, all right, well, I might know someone, or I could ask around, and someone that knows about DIY could say, all right, yeah, you just need to do this, that, and the other, or buy this part for it, and then it'll work. So again, I would go for that is like the M boards again, because if you want that, the thing I like about the board is because it's a pre-built board, but it's also DIY friendly.
Yeah.
So you could buy it as a pre-built board and you could be completely happy with it. Say, 6 months down the line, you're like, oh, I wish it had a bit more power or something like that. You could just hit them up, buy bigger motors, and they'll explain the whole process of how you would just change them over.
Yeah.
And you could even send your board into them. They'd fit them and tune it up for you.
Yeah.
And if you want custom parts done as well, you can hit them up. They'll do custom stuff for your board and stuff. You want like a custom engraved logo on there or something like that, they'll do all of that sort of stuff.
That's pretty sick. I didn't actually know that they did it to that level.
Yeah, they could do everything in-house now. They've got a massive CNC machine that they just make stuff and that. So if you want like a heatsink made or something like that,
jeez,
they'll custom CNC you a heatsink for your board and stuff like that. It's,
fair play.
Yeah, they do all sorts, mate.
No, okay, fair play. So
I think, yeah, in terms of like if you was to get a board from, they've also got another board as well though. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's a forged carbon fibre deck.
Oh crap.
With a 12S 8P battery in it.
Yeah,
I think you'd be surprised, yeah.
So most adaptable, that's going to M board again.
100%, yeah.
All right, fair. Most adaptable goes to M board. And then, okay, the next one, best support. All right, this would be fun. Okay, so coming on to the next category, it's best support. Now, this is when you've got a board, something goes wrong with it. Who's going to be able to offer you the best support?
I know what Mr. Jeff over here is going to say.
Wow!
I know what my name Jeff is going to say over here.
Tell me it's wrong, though.
I hate to say it.
Tell me it's wrong.
No, actually, I'm not even going to utter them words out of my mouth. That's disrespectful.
No, you have to say it.
No, I can't do it. I can't.
Look, for once in your life, just say one good thing about it. Just say it and get it out. It's like eating your vegetables as a kid.
It is, yeah.
Just do it. Rip it off quick.
All right, I'm going to have to give it to a Volve. And it's funny because I don't actually like hate the brand or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just their boards are just frustrates me. That's all.
I feel like when you have a vision of what you want your own product to be like.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for somebody to, like Elon Musk. He doesn't give a flying crap what other people want. Nah. He does what he wants.
Yeah, I know.
And if someone suggests something that he goes, do you know what, I actually like the sound of that, then he might do it. But other than that, he's doing what he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. I think that's kind of like a similar sort of story with Evolve, where, like,
it's like Apple and Android. I'm Android, you're Apple.
Yeah, sometimes it is of benefit. Now, here's the argument with Evolve's boards versus all the others. There are plenty of boards that are hands down better than what Evolve manufacture, but saying that, the majority of people want something they can buy that will arrive within a day or two.
Yeah.
That they can call someone up if they have a problem, or drive to a location and have the board serviced and fixed, be able to pick up components all over the world within a day or two. And this is where a lot of these other companies fall short, because if something goes wrong with the motor on the board I've got right now, for example, the OMW, which I'm really enjoying riding that board, video coming very soon on that. If I blow a motor, I've got to wait for it to get shipped from China.
Yeah.
So I'm 2 to 6 weeks out, realistically, waiting for my board to get fixed. I can email someone, there's no one I can call. So when it comes to support, like, they do win. Like, for the masses...
Wakey, you lot. Wakey. God,
they do win.
I found myself nearly falling asleep then.
It's true.
I know Jeff here is passionate about his boards, but Jeff, just calm down, will you?
I'm trying to get that BMW M5, mate. Jesus Christ. Like, Evolve, I hope you're watching.
We get the point.
I hope you're watching, guys. I hope you're watching. My Venmo's down there in the description. We don't even have Venmo in this country, relax. People are going to go mad in the comments. But it's true. Like, credit where credit's due. Their support is like the best in e-skate. It really is.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that.
For the volume of boards they have out, the level of support they're able to put out is ridiculous. And they've got a shitload of boards out.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can support all the people that have them, of course, there's going to be people that have negative experiences with customer service, but you can speak to someone. Whether they were nice or not, you can speak to someone.
That's
so
it.
support category, unequivocally, Evolve.
Yeah.
They win that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like Evolve, and then cheering.
It just reminds me, it's like when I was thinking about it, and I was just like, the iPhone versus the Android makes me laugh. Like Rosie plugs her iPhone in, and I plug my Android in. Like, I go off for like 20 minutes, come back 100%. She's still on like 23%.
Because of the slow charging.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It is annoying. Oh, that is a point though. Like giving Evolve that award. Like Evolve, I know you guys
They're not
watching.
Innovative at all, are they?
No, I wasn't gonna say leave Evolve alone.
Sorry.
This is needed. Give us a fast charger, please. The range is not good enough in comparison to a lot of the boards that are out there now. That could be fixed by putting a fast charger on it.
Yeah.
Even, like how you can mess with the teeth on the motor, you telling me?
Yeah.
To get more torque and more top end, etc. But if you do that, obviously you're going to rinse the battery harder.
Yeah.
If you've got a fast charger, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It is like
Give us a fast charger.
4 or 5 hours to wait for a board to charge.
It's unrealistic.
That's not cool, is it?
Like,
that's half your day gone.
7 amps would be ideal, right?
Yeah.
That'd be like spot on.
And that's not even like, but that 7 amps is not even bad for the batteries at all. It's like,
I wouldn't even care if it fried it.
no, but it's not 7 amps versus like 20 amps. The X-Way we're giving you. Do you know what I mean? Like 7 amp charger. That's not even gonna degrade your batteries like bad at all. So
yeah, fair play.
it
but
just doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it don't.
So that like I appreciate.
By the time the battery, like even with a 7 amp charger, by the time it had knackered the battery, it'd be out of warranty for Evolve anyway. So like,
I feel like also like the whole introduction of the BMX bike thing. It's like that's cool, like the electric BMX thing, but just give us a fast charger. I feel like please.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Not even that I'd ride it anyway, even with a fast charger. But
I like it, but anyways,
I'd take it out if I was going to take like my 5-year-old out on it or something. But
wow.
No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
All right, next category is going to be the worst bang for buck.
Oh yes, I know what this is going to be.
What's this going to
Evolve.
be? Oh,
100%, mate. That is the worst board you can buy for what you get.
but the argument
It's
is the
slow.
support.
It doesn't even get 30 miles an hour. It's no fast charger. Range is, okay.
Wow.
It's expensive. The negatives keep going on.
Agreed, but what we said in the previous video is what kind of counteracts a few of those negatives. And I'm not playing fanboy here. It's just playing like devil's advocate. Because those things are true, and for the same amount of money or less, there's boards out there that are better.
Yeah.
But the support factor's a big deal. Like, it's a massive deal.
It is, but I still think it's not the best money you can spend. I think there's other boards out there you can spend money on that are far better.
I disagree, but I get where you're coming from. I will listen to what you're saying because I feel like it's one of those situations where I feel like it could be a split decision. There's going to be a bunch of people that completely agree with that, but there'll be a bunch of people that also don't agree with that. I feel like right now it is tough to argue against that point. If this was the GTR days, I would absolutely disagree with that.
Oh yeah, but when the GTR was out, that was the best board that you could get.
There wasn't many options.
Without a shadow of the doubt.
Yeah,
that was the best board.
But now there's a bunch.
But there's so many boards out there with so much more to offer now.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, because I don't care about customer support, so like it doesn't bother me. I'll just fix it myself. So I really don't care about that. But I just think like it has come down in price because it was like 1,600 quid. £1,600.
They are expensive.
So I think for most riders that board's adequate enough.
That's the point. There's a lot of people out there that aren't going to be doing what we need our boards to be able to do. So at the minute it's I think £1,399. So that is significantly more than a lot of the other boards that are out there, and that's for the all-terrain bamboo board. So and the carbon was £1,499.
Yeah. which has gone down because that was like 1,900 quid.
Yeah, there was a point where they were much more expensive.
Yeah.
The pricing has come
But
down.
it is in a sale price, isn't it, at the moment? So
Yeah, but at the same time, I get where you're coming from. That's fair. I'd be interested to see what you guys think in the comments.
I just think it's a very expensive board. I know you get your customer service, but I just think it's a very expensive board, and it doesn't offer you a lot at all. I know people are going to say, "Oh, all the wheel options you can do in that." I don't care. You can put any wheel options on any board out there.
Yeah.
So regardless of what they've got, you could buy wheels off of them and put it on whatever board you've got. It doesn't matter.
Okay, fair. Well, we'll see what people say in the comments. I think that would be like a good decider. But yeah, I'll give that to you. For worst value for money.
I think it is worst value for money. I think there's, like, in terms of all the boards that you can get out there at the moment. I'll tell you what, actually, I'm going to change my mind.
Go on.
I'm going to go for the Meepo Hurricane.
That's what I would have gone for.
I'm going to say, they are. I think it is bad for what you get for what your money, of what you can buy.
Yeah.
But I think the Hurricane is probably one of the worst boards I've ridden so far.
What about it didn't you like?
Slow off the line. The trucks were terrible, or the bushings, it just didn't feel right. There was like a chatter to it, and that didn't feel right. It's extremely heavy, like ridiculously. I mean, I'm not one to moan about being a heavy board. I don't care if the board's heavy. I just pick it up and chuck it on my shoulder. It doesn't bother me. But I know a lot of people do go on about boards being heavy and it's a bit too heavy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, it's not heavy at all for me. But that, compared to like the boards, the same boards, it is considerably more weight than, like, say, like the Evolve board or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're all the same specs, like same battery size and all the rest of it, but
They're so slow as shit as well. Look at that. Yeah. At a distance, they look good. Online, like some of these pictures, they look good. But when you get it, you ride it. The riding experience is what makes the board feel budget.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that their mini deck, the mini board, the one that looked like, I can't remember the name, it's gone, the one that looked like the Stoke.
Yeah.
That was a good board.
Yeah.
That was a very, very good board.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a complete blatant rip-off of the Stoke, but it was a better version of the Stoke, cheaper.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. But the Meepo Hurricane itself, both carbon and bamboo.
It just felt really clunky for that style and size battery board. It felt like really clunky, like it just under your feet. It just felt like as rigid as anything. Like it was like a baking tray. The deck on it, heavy as hell for what it was.
Yeah.
The bushings again, like for some people they'll work fine. It just depends on how you ride and the weight you are.
Yeah.
So some people would jump on it, the bushings would be fine. Other people would jump on it and they're not going to be great. And I just found that it just wasn't, like that big orange thing that they had on the front of it. It was just, everything was like bulky and clunky about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend, I mean, I'm looking online and there's a used Meepo, the original Meepo, the carbon fibre one, for £840.
That's what I mean,
used.
where you spend an extra £100 and get a brand spanking new board.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Nah.
Yeah, that really doesn't make sense. And in the UK, the Meepo Ninja Hurricane Bamboo is £1,299.
Exactly.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be paying anywhere near. I'd much rather buy the Ace Deck, M board, or of course, like we've just said.
I'd rather buy an Evolve over there. I'd rather have, they're basically the same price. So I'd rather get like a bamboo or something like that and ride that over.
Better made. Ride is actually good. Support.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So the award for the worst bang for buck, worst value for money goes to Meepo board.
Meepo.
Next category is going to be the fastest board. This is definitely going to be something that I used to be bothered about. But I feel like a lot of the boards that I'm seeing right now are all able to hit 37 miles an hour.
Yeah, all over like 30, aren't they?
Yeah. I feel like that's a good spot. Like 37, realistically, that means the board's going to hit 35 miles an hour. That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
But what is the quickest board that you're aware of? And who's going to be taking that title?
Again, I think either the X-Way Atlas 4-wheel drive, like Pro.
Okay.
Because that's rapid.
Okay.
Or it's going to be Ace Deck again, in terms of like the fastest board out there.
Like one that you can just order online. And
you can order that online. You can get that, come in, and that thing like rips off the line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably go with like Eskate. They're making really good boards.
But you're, of course, because you said you're excluding like bio boards and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no point of including them because most people, like I said, 99.9% of people ain't buying those boards. Two of the boutique boards companies have gone under. Bio boards is the only one left out of them.
Fair.
And then obviously, like you said, you've got that Lawrence Major, which is a more higher end board because that's at least like 3 or 4 grand as well.
Fair play. Okay, so that it comes down to sort of the brands that we've been discussing here.
Yeah.
So Eskate.
Yeah, I'd say Eskate. I think they're making the most powerful boards that are out there at the moment.
Okay, so fastest board.
So if you want a board that's going to be rapid that you can just buy off the shelf, yeah, I'd say like one of the Eskate boards.
Okay, fair. All right, now this brings us to the last category of this video. And of course, like I said at the start of the video, we want you guys to get involved in this, help us tweak these categories. So when we move forward and we do these videos every year, roughly, we'll be able to kind of build a list that makes sense. So if there's anything that you disagree with, comment down below, let us know. Or if there's anything you think we've missed, comment.
Yeah, or if you've got any category ideas, put them down in the comment section so we can have a look at those and then include those next year as well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good vibe for us to kind of like get some discussions going.
Yeah.
But last category is going to be the best newcomer into the e-skate world. Now, for me, this is one that I'm going to kind of take the lead on.
Yep.
I feel like this goes to the brand OMW. I recently posted a picture of their board on Instagram. I know a couple of the other creators have got their boards already. I think Scott Davies got one. I want to say Eskate Unity.
He has got one.
He's got one as well. We all agree on one thing after seeing their videos is that the grip tape sucks. It looks so cheap. It looks terrible. It looks like one of those, you go on Amazon and you type in electric skateboard.
And the wheels as well. I don't like the wheels. They look like hoverboard wheels have just been put on the skateboard.
I don't mind. It'd be better if they're all black. They're metal, but it'd be better if they're all black.
This one thing I will say is the Meepo Hurricane, the Meepo wheels, the ones that they used to make before they changed them, best looking wheels in my opinion.
Okay, fair.
But yeah,
trying to claw a little favour back with Meepo.
No, they do. Their wheels are.
And you like their race wheels? That's what you.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the race ones. They're like multi-spoked. I've got a set on my board, and they're like wider contact patch. Like they had lovely wheels.
Fair play, fair play. But aside from the grip tape, the board that I got came with the grip tape. But I communicated with them before they shipped the board out about how much I hated the grip tape. And they sent me a different grip tape option. That's why my board looks different to all of the other ones that you've seen online already. I feel like it actually looks so much more expensive.
It does. It looks way better.
Yeah, if you put the board that I've got next to any of the other ones, even though it's the same setup, the older grip tape style looks so cheap and the newer one looks sick. But I feel like they're the best newcomers just because the communications with the brand seem like really fluid, really good, and they just seem so open to adapting what they have to kind of please as many people as they can, which is a pretty big deal. I know this is only going to happen because they're small. As they grow, I hope that doesn't change. But for the price of their board, I feel like the performance that you get is pretty good. Even Ricky had a go on it, and it's quick off the line, which is surprising.
Right.
It was wheel spinning.
It's wet.
Oh, come on, man. I like it. It's a good board. It hits 37 miles an hour in terms of that's the speed they estimate. I'm able to hit 35, 36 miles an hour out of it, and I'm using the 6-inch wheels that have the flat profile.
Yeah,
I think they're really nice. It looks really good on the board. I feel like what they're doing is good. It's a great start. The first board that they offer is a really good one. I'm interested to see what they're going to do next. Fast charger, of course, I feel like is a must for any manufacturer right now. But yeah, I feel like they're the best newcomer. It's not terribly expensive. I think in pounds it works out less than 1,300 pounds for that board. And it's a good solid board. And if you're in America, they're offering free returns if the board has less than 10 miles on it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
That's mental.
That's good, that is good.
And a 1-year warranty.
If you got it and you was like, oh, I don't really like it.
You can send it back.
You can send it back as long as you haven't ridden it. Or even if you just took it out and went literally up the road and come back and was like, it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, but that's only for North America or like so it's definitely worth mentioning that. That doesn't exist in Europe. North America obviously seems to be their target audience right now. You can of course buy the board worldwide, but you don't get the customer service based in North America and the returns based in North America if it's got less than 10 miles on it. I think as a new brand, I've never seen a new brand offer that.
No.
I think that's pretty sick. So.
No, I would say as well, like as an honourable mention, I would say Eskate as well, because I think they've only been about for a year now.
God, you're riding them hard today.
They're making good boards, dude.
Okay, fair.
I'm not going to, no joke.
I need to get an M board, I need to get an Eskate.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. They're making sick boards. They're making better boards than what most people have done it that have been in it for years and
Yeah.
have been in it for like a year.
That's something that I really like to touch on. I touch on this on the hockey channel that I've got a lot. It's called, like, you have first mover advantage in business, and then second mover advantage. The company that moves first, Evolve, creates something and they're the first ones to bring it to the market, so they get the recognition, the branding. Everyone knows that electric board, it's Evolve. It's like how people call tablets iPads even if they're not iPads.
Yeah.
When you create something first and you get that first mover advantage, that comes with benefits but also negatives, because second mover advantage or late mover advantage means that you can see what everyone's doing, see what they've done well, see what they didn't do well, correct it, and then launch. Perfect example of that is Boosted Board X-Way. Another example of that is like with all of these new brands that are coming up that release a first board and smash it, versus companies that have been around for a long time that don't seem to be able to keep up with what's going on right now. They're kind of relying on their name a little bit, etc. Like it's a real thing, and you really do see some companies doing a good job of that. So I guess Eskate are one that are doing
they've got multiple boards.
Yeah,
they make 4-wheel drive boards, the lot.
I'm gonna have to.
You'll have to check the website out and check them out, because they are making incredible, like very, very high quality boards. Like all the trucks are all CNC machined. The lot, mate. Rapid boards, 4-wheel drive, mini boards,
fair play,
direct drive board. They're doing all sorts.
Fair.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I think, you know,
honourable mention to Ace, but I think best newcomer. I think a lot of
people in the comments will agree.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But best newcomer, I think OMW for sure. And if there's anyone out there that is aware of something that perhaps we don't know about, or a new brand that I doubt there's anyone out there that's going to be offering that returns and the 1 year warranty in America, I think that's a big deal. But yeah, leave the comments down below. And like I said, this is a new format that we're trialing. I want to see if this is a video format that you guys enjoy watching. And if it is, then, we'll make it better and we'll take your feedback and add, maybe tweak the categories.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it could be a fun talking point, and it's a nice way to close out the year and, look back at who's been doing good things. Yeah, just a bit
of fun, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
just a bit of fun.
Bit of Eskate chat.
Yeah, a bit of Eskate chat, bit of fun. And yeah, it's just interesting for us to talk about what we think, and we'd like to obviously know in the comments what your thoughts are as well. So, but yeah, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I think, like, in terms of like boards and stuff that are going about at the moment, there's some sick boards that are out, there's some sick parts about, and yeah, you can really like get something decent at the moment.
No, for sure. For sure. But yeah, so this is probably going to be one of the last videos of the year. I'd like to do the OMW board review or even first impressions video before the year closes out, but we just need a dry day that's not too cold to be able to get some filming done. Yeah. And I'll try to do that. But if not, we'll see you guys in the new year. Go mad in the comments. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe so you can stay up to date with what we post. Instagram handles for both myself and also Ricky will be down below in the video description. And yeah, catch you till next time.
See you in the next one. Peace.